In the 19th century, African music was described as primitive. The music was seen as very ancient, and a lot of the same styles and instruments had been utilized for decades up to that point. During this time, music reflected the living environment and conditions of the current world. In the late 19th century, the Igbo people used many instruments in their playing, including drums, flutes, xylophones, and the most widespread instrument of them all, the oboe. For the Igbo people back in the day, music was used as a means of communication. It was extremely formal and also traditional. The most popular type of drum, a slit drum, was used to wake the chief of the tribe, communicate meal times, and relay other important information to him. As Nigerian music progressed, it became more about patriotism, and musicians aimed to express their pride in their culture amongst their audiences. In addition, music was seen as a career only one would select if another immediate family member was a musician. Current Nigerian music is all about self-rule and political activation since the 1960s when Nigeria gained their independence. African art has been around for centuries, the earliest artifact dating all the way back to 9 BC. The art of the Igbo people has always reflected the same tribal themes, but when Christianity was introduced in the late 1800s, art started to become more spiritual from its new religious influence. Sculpture is a very prominent art form. Specifically in the Igbo society, sculpture is subject to rather strict rules. The figures are generally frontal, symmetrical, and upright. The legs will be slightly spread, arms held away from the body, and the hands stretched upward, palms open. Proportions are typically true to those of the human body, with the exception of the neck, which tends to be more elongated. The entire sculpture is meant to give the impression of balance and stability. Another popular form of art for the Igbo people are masks. The Igbo use thousands of masks, which represent spirits of the dead, forming a very large community of shoals to shelter the entire culture. The distinct characteristic of these masks is that they are painted very white, which is the color of the spirit. Masks are popular amongst many traditional dancers as well. Masked dancers wear extremely elaborate costumes, and with their masks, they are able to demonstrate their beauty and femininity. The masks are made of wood or fabric and are displayed in a variety of entertainment forms, such as social events, sacred rituals, burials, and holidays. So with this quote here, you can see how the author is describing Unoka being very talented on the flute, and it discusses how some of the happiest moments of her life was when the entire village would bring their instruments down and hang about the fireplace. So we can see here that music is a big part of culture. This quote here describes Okonkwo hearing the town crier play his instrument, and as I discussed earlier in the video project, a lot of times that slit drum would be used to send messages and as a form of communication. Although this quote isn't directly related to the form of art that I talked about, it does talk about proverbs being very crucial to the conversation amongst the Igbo people, and folktales and proverbs were another form of literature and art that was very popular during this time in Nigeria.